Hello, my name is Bob Gatt, and I am the mayor of Novi. I'm honored to be a candidate to continue to serve you as your mayor. I was first elected to Novi City Council 10 years ago. 4 years later, I was re-elected, and just 2 years ago, I had the high honor and distinct privilege of being elected mayor of this great city named Novi, a place that you and I call home. Before being elected to City Council, I spent nearly 3 decades working to protect you and your family as a Novi police officer. I have a bachelor's degree in business administration and a master's degree in public administration and technology. One day after you elected me mayor of Novi, I made this proclamation to you. I said, I pledge to work every day with the same relentless focus. How can I make Novi a better and a safer community? What can I do to protect you and your family? Now, 2 years later, I'm proud to report to you that I've kept my promise to you. Novi is a better and a safer community than it was just 2 years ago. And anyone who says different just doesn't know the facts. In the couple of months leading up to the election, there have been a few high-profile incidents that some may want to capitalize on for political points and try to convince you that Novi is not safe. But ladies and gentlemen, nothing could be further from the truth. The Novi Police Department maintained a clearance rate of almost 39% of all Part A crimes. Those are the big ones. And ladies and gentlemen, that's nearly double the state average. Safe. The crime of burglary showed a 5% reduction over 2011, and the violent crime rate decreased by more than 20%. Safe. Both our fire and our police departments consistently rate much above average in national surveys and are modeled by other agencies around the state. Safe. And to make our city better, I've stayed focused. You see, I know that a city is not defined by the boundaries on a map, rather by its people. My focus is on citizens and their changing needs and desires. Focused on fiscal health, reducing debt, reducing liability, reducing your millage rate. Focused on building community, not just through development, but through spirit at events such as Light Up the Night, the Michigan State Fair, concerts at First Park, tournaments at our ball fields. Focused on continued improvement in our roads, training, operations, trails, parks. In other words, ladies and gentlemen, I'm focused on you, the citizens of Novi. Focused to make Novi a better place to live, to work, to go to school, to raise a family. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I'm proud to say that I have kept my promise to you. Novi is safer and Novi is better since you made me your mayor 2 years ago. For almost 30 years, I served you and the community as a Novi police officer. Through it all, I've been proud to work for you and to protect you and your family. Perhaps you were one of the many people who knew me then simply as Officer Bob. I might have taught your children, your grandchildren, or maybe even you about the 8 ways to say no to drugs and violence in the DARE program. I'm the only mayoral candidate with the life, business, and government experiences that are required to be an effective mayor. Today, in addition to being Novi's mayor, I'm the manager of a large Oakland County unit of government. I work closely with Brooks Patterson and his staff to help keep costs down while maintaining my focus on keeping our communities safe. But there are still many problems to overcome and many goals to achieve in the future. Problems and goals that will require a mayor who has both the experience and the fortitude to deal with. I'll work to ensure that our growing population of senior citizens have their needs met, including transportation and parking. Under my leadership, the City of Novi has reduced fees for senior transportation and have more than doubled the number of handicapped parking spaces available at the Civic Center. We can't let our seniors down. We have to protect and watch out for our senior citizens. I'm excited for the opportunity to remain your mayor. Please, on Tuesday, November 5th, and on your absentee ballots, vote for the only candidate with the experience and the knowledge necessary to be your mayor. Vote for me, Bob Gatt. Thank you and have a good day.
Hello, my name is Alexander Farah, and I am seeking election to the Novi City Council on November 5th. I would like to thank the Southwest Oakland Cable Commission for allowing me this opportunity to speak with you. I was born here in Michigan and raised in Novi. I graduated Novi High School and am currently studying computer information systems and business administration. I have always been involved with the community, starting out with Boy Scouts of America, where I was able to achieve the rank of Eagle Scout, to now, where I am serving on the Public Access and Promotion Committee for the City of Novi. The reason for my candidacy is that I feel with my age, I can bring a fresh perspective and new ideas toward making Novi an even better community to live. I believe that in order to continue to have such a great city, we need to maintain a responsible government by continuing the multi-year financial plan, continuing a balanced budget without raising taxes, maintaining transparency of city governance and operations, and listen to residents about their issues with the city. We should also work with existing and prospective businesses to see what we as a city can do to facilitate growth of business in our community. If you would like to learn more about me or help with my campaign, please visit alexfarah.com. I'm Alexander Farah, running for Novi City Council, and I'd like to thank you for listening, and I encourage you to vote for me on November 5th.
Hello, my name is Justin Fisher, and I am running for re-election to Novi City Council. I am running for another 4-year term because I care deeply about the city I have called home all of my life. First, let me share with you a little about myself. Prior to being elected to Novi City Council in 2009, I served on the Zoning Board of Appeals for 5 years. During my tenure on the board, I was elected chairperson twice and vice chair once by my fellow board members. I also served as treasurer of the Novi Parks Foundation and have held leadership positions within my homeowners association. In my professional life, I work at Ford Motor Company as a treasury accounting supervisor, where my team oversees the accounting and disclosure for all of the company's automotive debt and marketable securities. I hold a bachelor's degree in finance and a master's of business administration from Michigan State University. Now, when I ran for city council 4 years ago, our region and our country were facing some of the toughest economic times in our history. I promised to use a common sense approach at that time, along with my business and finance background, to help steer our great city through these tough times. I have lived up to that promise by working with the mayor, my colleagues on city council, and the city administration to ensure that Novi is run as an efficient operation that provides the services that residents should not only expect, but rightly deserve. Novi City Council works best when everyone works together. And over the past 4 years, we have lowered Novi tax rates for the first time in over 12 years. We've added over $2 million annually for neighborhood streets. We've maintained our AA+ bond rating from Standard & Poor's. We've continued to invest in parks, walking trails, and other recreation opportunities that we can all enjoy and that will increase property values. And lastly, we've also invested in new technology to improve the city's response to snowstorms. Now, while it's very important to celebrate these successes, I want to continue to serve on City Council to ensure that we keep all of this momentum going. I have always stuck to my core values, and if re-elected, I will continue my relentless focus on 3 key areas. 1, promoting fiscally conservative values, remembering that as an elected official, I am a steward of the taxpayers' dollars. 2, ensuring proper investment in core city services, including public safety, like police and fire, and public services such as road, water, and sewer infrastructure. And my third key priority would be encouraging transparency and open government. We must always, as elected officials, be open and honest and available to the residents who elect me and whom I represent. Now, over the last 4 years, I worked every day to keep my promises from 4 years ago, and I'm confident our city has come through the Great Recession a stronger, more efficient, resident-focused organization due to the leadership and vision I bring to the council table. As I work to be re-elected to another 4-year term, I am thankful that my leadership and vision, combined with my proven experience and values, have not gone unnoticed. Many well-respected local officials have endorsed my re-election bid, including our State Representative Hugh Crawford, our County Commissioner Kathy Crawford, our Mayor Bob Gatt, our Mayor Pro Tem David Stout, and my colleagues on City Council, including Terry Margolis, Wayne Roble, and Laura Casey. While their support is deeply appreciated, the ultimate decision rests in the hands of the residents. I'd like to continue to be a part of keeping Novi headed in the right direction by maintaining the same kind of personal commitment I've exhibited the past 4 years. I hope you will trust me to represent you for another 4 years with your support and vote on November 5th. Thank you for listening today.
Hello, my name is Gwen Markham. I'm running for the City of Novi Council position. I've lived in Novi 18 years. I'm married, I have 2 grown children. My professional background is from manufacturing, engineering, and operations. I've worked in both automotive and defense electronics manufacturing. In the 18 years that I've lived in Novi, I've volunteered pretty much all of those years. I was on the City of Novi Planning Commission twice. I'm a volunteer musician for the City of Northville Public Schools. I was president of the Friends of the Novi Theaters for many years, and I've done many activities such as River Day in Rotary Park. My oldest son even did his Boy Scout Eagle project at Lakeshore Park. As a member of City Council, I would like to see us concentrate on 3 areas that I think we can improve upon what has already been started. The first is I would like to see us do more to support small business. Between 60 and 70% of all jobs are created by small businesses in America. And while we've done a good job on the M5 and Haggerty corridor, building medium-sized clean industry and industrial parks and medical office buildings and so on, Novi today has many storefronts and small factories and industrial parks that are still not as full as they should be. And I'd like to see the city do more in an organized fashion to bring together those building owners, entrepreneurs, and local lenders and find ways to help create new ventures right here in Novi for small business and create more jobs. The second thing I'd like to see Novi concentrate on is connecting our communities. As you know, Novi's diversity has increased greatly in the last 10 years according to the latest census, and activities such as India Day and the most recent Ethnic Fest help us enjoy each other's cultures and learn more about who we are in this melting pot of Novi. Novi also has 4 school districts, and they don't often communicate with each other except in the competitive world of the sports arena. I would like to see us do more to bring those communities together for Novi's benefit, particularly in areas like the arts or community service or even academics. And the youth of Novi who live in Novi and yet attend other public schools, I think have something to contribute to the city as well as the Novi School District. I'd like to see more coordination there. And I would also like to make sure that in connecting communities, Novi is part of any southeastern Michigan regional transportation planning. We're a destination. We have the largest mall in the state of Michigan, and we also have the Suburban Showcase Center that just housed our state fair. And I think regional transportation planning should include Novi as part of its discussions. The third thing I'd like to see us do is protect our natural resources, especially our water. Walled Lake is the 3rd largest lake in Oakland County, and the quality of that water affects our health. It also affects our quality of life. I think the new park that has been created at the southern end of Walled Lake is excellent and a way for all of Novi's residents to enjoy this special feature that we have. I'd like to give you an opportunity to find out more about me by going to my website, www.voteforgwen.com. That's VOTEFORGWEN.com, and find out more about what I think and what I would do as a member of City Council. Thank you for your time. I'm proud of Novi. I'm committed to our future, and I ask for your vote on November 5th. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Andrew Mudge. I'm currently a second-term member of the Novi City Council. As your representative, I work for you on matters of public concern and issues of community importance. Your vote will enable me to continue the work I have been doing for you as your member of City Council. 4 years ago, the City of Novi faced difficult times. Property values were falling, so were city revenues. Development came to a halt, as did the revenue it brings. In those uncertain times, my top priority was ensuring that the city government remained financially stable and sound. I did not want to see Novi go down the road of fiscal distress that too many Michigan communities have traveled. 4 years and a few more gray hairs later, I'm confident that Novi has successfully weathered the financial storm. Some of the choices the city has had to make have not been easy ones, but they have been necessary. Those decisions and my votes were always based on seeking the best outcome for the city's residents and taxpayers. For example, when city staff reductions needed to be made, I worked to make sure vital services were protected. Efficiencies were found and shared services explored to maintain service levels while lowering costs. Working together, the City Council and city employees were able to come to agreements that led to reductions in long-term obligations of the city. When opportunities to invest back into the city made sense and benefited residents, I voted for them. For example, new equipment for our police and fire departments, new technology for snow plowing, upgrades to our main roads, improvements to neighborhood streets, a state-of-the-art public library, new sidewalks and pathways, improvements to our parks, including new playgrounds, and the new waterfront park on Walled Lake, Pavilion Shore Park. Looking ahead, my priorities over the next 4 years begin with our neighborhoods. Novi residents expect and deserve safe neighborhoods of well-constructed homes and well-maintained streets. Investments in our neighborhoods start with essentials like police and fire services. Other neighborhood services, including plowing snow, repairing potholes, and maintaining street trees, help preserve property values. New sidewalks and pathways connect neighborhoods to parks and schools and improve the quality of life for all of us. My second priority is to ensure that Novi city government continues to be run responsibly. I've insisted city government live within its means, and it has. Novi has a budget that is balanced for this fiscal year and through June of 2015. Today, Novi taxpayers are paying the lowest city millage rate in 15 years. By continuing to balance budgets, pay down debt, reduce legacy costs, and prioritize services, Novi city government will continue to be financially secure. All over the city, there is evidence that development is returning to Novi. My third priority is to ensure that these new developments happen in a sensible way. I support the master plan, which is designed to guide development to maximize benefits and minimize negative impacts, like traffic congestion and overdevelopment. Likewise, I will continue to insist that Novi maintain its high standards for development and effective enforcement of those standards. New development can lead to the loss of woodlands, wetlands, and open spaces, all of which are important to Novi's community identity. I will continue to support proactive and collaborative efforts by the city to acquire land for parks and preserve other important natural resources and open spaces that offer benefits to all of our residents. This commitment to our natural areas, protecting residential neighborhoods, and maintaining high standards will ensure that Novi continues to be a place where people want to be, to have a home, to raise a family, to start a business. I am not just a council member of Novi. I'm a fellow resident and a homeowner. My wife Wendy and I are active members of the Novi community. I have lived in Novi my whole life, and I'm pleased to say Novi is my hometown. Consequently, I take my responsibilities as a council member very seriously. I am committed to the promises I have made to you, the voters who have twice elected me to this office. With each election, when I ask for your support and your vote, I made this commitment and do so again today. First, I will work to ensure that city revenues, your tax dollars, are managed wisely and accounted for with transparency. Second, as always, I will listen respectfully to resident concerns and be an advocate for the responsible use of city resources to meet community needs. Third, I will continue to speak up and to speak out and be a strong, effective leader, to be your voice on the Novi City Council, and to do everything I can as a city council member to make sure our great community continues to be a place that people choose for their families and their businesses. To learn more about me and my positions on the issues of importance in this election, please visit my website at www.andrewmuch.com. I thank you for your continued support and especially for your vote on November 5th.
On November 5, 2013, You will be asked to elect 3 Novi City Council members to 4-year terms. I'd be honored to serve as one of them. Hello, I'm Dennis O'Connor. Last year, you re-elected me as a trustee on the Novi School Board because I demonstrated what you expect from a public servant, a hardworking, fiscally conservative person focused on providing the best possible education for our children. I have served you on the Novi School Board for almost 5 years, after a significant 10-year commitment as a community volunteer on various civic and nonprofit committees and clubs. I have a passion for public service, and I love the city of Novi. Now, I'm seeking a seat on the Novi City Council because I see an opportunity to expand my knowledge and experience in public service for the Novi community. Novi voters deserve the type of independent, critical thinking that I bring to all Novi issues. I have a solid track record as a good steward of taxpayer dollars, and I want to share that same philosophy with the Novi City Council. I want to make certain that our tax dollars are spent wisely on keeping people safe and keeping neighborhood roads smooth. Now, I'm not just saying this as part of a campaign speech or a slogan. I'm battle-tested. I have a proven track record as a good steward of your tax dollars. For example, last decade, during Michigan's tough economic turndown, we cut $12 million in programs and services over a 5-year period at Novi schools. Those cuts, while painful, have led to financial stability in our school district while maintaining our high-quality educational standards. I know and understand how to make the tough decisions for you. I've been on the firing line at many school board meetings well past midnight, listening to hundreds of concerned citizens advocate for their programs. I understand how to prioritize issues based on sound decision-making for the betterment of the Novi community. Now, for those of you who may not know me, my family and I have lived in Novi for 22 years. We moved to Novi in 1986, but I was transferred out of state in the mid-1990s. We then returned to Novi in 1998 to reconnect with a community where civic pride and educational excellence are top priorities. My 2 daughters graduated from Novi High School in 2002 and 2004. For those of you who do know me, you know that I will continue my personal quest for shared government services and cost consolidation between local units of government. During the past 5 years on the Novi School Board, I have led the charge to stop the waste. The culture for sharing government services is beginning to change, but we've got a long way to go. Sharing government services, in my opinion, is the best way to enhance programs, increase revenue, and reduce redundant government costs so that we can put those savings back into core services such as public safety, roads, snow removal, sidewalks, and pathways. Now, my leadership skills and my endorsements from public officials cannot be matched by my competition in this election. I have received a major endorsement from our Novi Mayor, Bob Gatt, who has been a magnificent leader in our community. Mayor Gatt's endorsement of my candidacy is supported by a long list of current and former elected public officials, including former Novi Mayor Dave Landry, Mayor Pro Tem Dave Stout, Novi Council Member Wayne Roble, State Senator Mike Kowal, former State Senator Nancy Cassis, State Representative Hugh Crawford, Oakland County Commissioner Kathy Crawford, Peggy Casagrande, the President of the Walled Lake Board of Education, President and former Novi School Board trustees Sherry Lebo, George Cortland, Jason Menard, Dave Brown, and Bruce Baghdadi, and Scott Olson, editor of Novi.org. These great public servants recognize my leadership skills and my commitment to public service and to the Novi community. Thank you for your time today. I'm asking for your support and your vote because I offer you the experience, the knowledge, and dedication that you deserve on Novi City Council. Please visit my website at www.dennisoconnor.org to learn more about me, my beliefs, and my priorities for this wonderful city. Please elect me on November 5. We live in Novi, a great city. Let's keep that momentum moving and growing. Thank you.